My name is Ismail Jabber, and I was born in Kuwait from a Palestinian father and an Egyptian mother. I was in a prison called Maryland House of Correction, and I thought to myself I was one good, well-seasoned Christian. So I searched the scripture and I got baptized. Something else just woke up in me. The Lord has touched me. Then and only then I knew the meaning of the word grace.
Yep, you heard that right. Before he even knew about Philemon, God was preparing Izzy for his new life and coming home for good. Since Izzy has been at the Philemon ministry, he continues to grow in his faith, engage our brotherhood, and is establishing his citizenship. We'd love to help more men like Izzy. Help us get to our annual fundraising goal of $75,000 on October 26, 6:30 p.m. at Central Presbyterian Church in Towson. Follow the QR code and link in comments for more information and registration.
Do you? Do you love waking up early in the morning, struggling to figure out what to do with your hair? We've all had our share of bad hair days. Are you ready for a change? Lock it and love it with Lock and Love Salon, conveniently located at 8117 Liberty Road, Windsor Mills, Maryland. Start your lock journey today. Lock and Love's professional services and artistic designs will keep you blazing in the hottest trends while maintaining and protecting your hair. Honey, Lock and Love is an experience. Once you try Lock and Love Salon, you won't try anyone else. Lock and Love offers starter and maintenance locks, fox locks, detox, shampooing and conditioning, lock treatment, lock extension, coloring, and much more. Sorry, but Lock and Love doesn't accept walk-ins. What are you waiting for? Call 410-970-3791 to set up your appointment today. T.R.I.V.IA's Inspirational Radio would like to inform you that the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in the following show are solely the sentiments of the participants of the show. T.R.I.V.IA's Inspirational Radio Network is not responsible for content. As always, thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the globe. I got big faith to know that it is people all over the world tapping in. It is your girl Pus'Her. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. Say it out loud, forward ever, backwards never. No, really, say it out loud, forward ever, backwards never. Welcome. Before I get started, I just want to say thank you to T.R.I.V.I.A Inspirational Radio. If you have not heard, I want you to tap in. They have some amazing people on the platform, and they also play incredible music throughout the day. So just tap in. I want to thank T.R.I.V.I.A Inspirational Radio for giving me this opportunity to launch the People Pus'Her. So whoever you are, wherever you are, thank you for embracing me, indulging me, and getting to know me as I get to know you. It is your girl Pus'Her. So I don't want to delay because I respect your time and I respect the people that are tapping in with me time. I just want to say thank you. And I got to say thank you to my other people that are tapping in that you all don't know about. Thank you. This is amazing. So let me reintroduce myself. My name is No. Let me just let's do the house rules. This is the house rules. The house rules are: there's no judgment, There is no criticism. We are a body of women that want to heal out loud. So if this is not your thing, if this is not where you want to be, I'm going to ask you politely to tap out. Why? Because we are a women that is on a move to heal and not stay in the closet. So without further ado, as you all know, and I'm going to introduce to some, I am myself a published author of 2 publications. It Takes One to Know One workbook and journal, and People Pusher. If you have not yet purchased your books, what are you waiting for? Go over to pusherlife.org and tap in. You will see It Takes One to Know One workbook and journal, and you will also see People Pusher. Come on, tap in. We are in a journey of healing 1 million women, one woman at a time. And then the remix is we are in the business of healing 1 million people, one woman at a time, because we know if we reach one woman, we have reached a nation. Come on, let's talk about it. And so I just want you to go over to pusherlife.org, get those books. It's on the office page. You can even go to amazon.com. Come on, I know some of y'all got Prime where you can get it overnight. Go tap and look for It Takes One to Know One and People Pusher. And guess what? I am one of, I guess I can't say I'm the newest member, but I am one of the members of Global Butterfly Effect Community. Come on now, for authors that are in the business of healing, in the business of sharing that which is in them. They are giving it away freely, which means they are being transparent. You don't pay for the gift, but you pay for the time. Come on, somebody. I know you understand that. And I hope that I've given you enough of me so that I can move on, because I do not want to delay any further. I do not know who is watching, but if you have tapped in and I have your attention, I want you to know that anyone that you see before you have accepted an opportunity to heal while you're watching. Whoever sits beside me in this case, because I want to sit outside. Thank God for the virtuality world, technology. Thank you. They have agreed to tap in. And so as we move forward, again, if you are not in a business of being honest, if you are not in the business of supporting those that no longer want to stay stuck in where they are, this is not for you. I am not your girl. You will not offend me if you just go away. I have no drama. I have no messiness. I'm here to expose my own drama, my own messiness. Why? Because I'm in my healing journey. So again, I tell you, this is not for you. And so it is my privilege and my honor, oh my God, to introduce to you. Well, I'm not going to introduce her, but I'm going to warm you up to her, because I want her to introduce herself. And at first, when we was on, the background was so vibrant,
light.
and it was so light, but unfortunately she's outside, so it's a little dark. I don't like nothing about that, but we're gonna keep it going, because I want you to see. Thank you. See, you have not because you ask not. Closed mouths won't get what they want. So I appreciate that, because I want them to see your beautiful face. I want them to see your genuine smile, because you no longer have to hide. You no longer have to pretend. You are in a position where God is taking you somewhere. And so I want people to see you as you are. And so without further ado, I'm going to ask that you just introduce yourself once you turn this light back and let the people know who you are. Whatever it is that is in your spirit as you introduce yourself, that is what you want to say. You are on a timer, because again, we ain't got many minutes, but we got minutes, and we gotta honor those minutes. So I will tap in if I feel like you losing us, because I want you to do me that way.
Hi guys, I'm Malia. My name is Malia McLean. I'm Coco, the stick nurse, of course. I draw blood. I am author of Just a Tip, I Promise, a diary of a phlebotomist. I really love the fact that I draw blood. I love what I do. I love everything about it. My goal is to change the face of medicine with blood first. I am 40 years old. I'm in the process of writing my second book as well as opening up my business. It's a mobile business. I am going to school, back to school to be an RN, as well as before the year's out, I will be a phlebotomy instructor to teach phlebotomy. I already offer refresher courses, and if you're interested in it, I'll give you like a little crash course of things to know. And but my book also addresses everything you need to know as far as drawing blood, becoming a phlebotomist, the ins and outs of it, the laws of it, anything you need to know as far as blood draw, I got you covered.
Okay, that sounds good, good, good. I'm telling you, it sounds good and amazing. So, congratulations to you for all the many things that you have got going on. But there's a but. Because I know that it takes a level of courage to talk about your accomplishments when they come from a pure place.
Mhm.
And I know that you did not get to this place where you are, where you can run it down. You didn't lay your whole resume out, honey, from different spaces. Many people who are watching and looking from different professions can look at you and say, "Oh, I need to tap in."
Mhm.
However, me being a human being and in my right mind and remembering when, see, I'm not the one that I forgot. See, I
Mhm.
remember. I want to ask you. I know you draw blood. I know you are an author.
Mhm.
But one thing that I learned through my journey with pivot workforce development, and one
Okay.
day I'll share part of that journey with the world again. Um, but I learned with labels comes expectations. And so
Mhm.
I learned in that journey to don't get so caught up in the title. Don't get so caught up in that.
Mhm.
And what I mean by that, and I'm talking to me, but I'm talking to you, but I'm really talking to myself. Um,
Okay.
don't get so caught up in the title,
Mhm.
Asabi, Carlita, whatever, the pusher.
Mhm.
Um, remember when remember when, and see, when I can talk to myself like that, remember when, see, that takes me to a place of humility
Mhm.
where I can ask you, because I'm speaking from a healed place, and
Mhm.
my assignment is to push you in your healing journey. Tell me, who were you
Who was I?
before all the titles and all the many things that you're doing? I'm going somewhere with this, and
Mhm.
I'm not asking you this to bash you. I'm not asking you this to embarrass you. I'm asking you this because there is someone watching and there is someone listening that been where you've been. And when I say that, I mean dark places.
Mhm.
I'm not here to tell your story, but
Mhm.
I'm quite sure that there's someone that want to do the things that you're doing, but they don't have an idea. They don't
So
even know that they're worthy. So I want you to speak from that place, only the places where you're comfortable. And remember,
okay.
I'm going to time you.
So I come from what I call brokenness. I come from abandonment issues. I come from rejection issues. And I'm still working through this. But what I'm learning in coming from all of that is it's a process. Everything is a process. It takes you to where you're supposed to be. It's hard. It hurts. It doing the work. It hurts so bad because you're confronted with people and friends and places and family members and just things, everything, every single day that can trigger you, and your main focus is to stay focused through it all. And I'm really big on putting myself down, or I'm one of the ones that have always, I know what I'm capable of doing. I've always knew I wanted to be an art, and I always knew I wanted to be a writer. I always knew these things, but what kept me from them is myself. I didn't think I was worthy enough. I didn't think nobody would support me. I didn't think nobody would listen. I didn't think anybody would care. Um, that's a hard place to sit when you know what you're capable of, and you're scared of failure. My biggest thing with me is I'm scared to fail. I am so scared to fail. But failure is not bad at all. Failure means, just go back and start again. Failure means you it wasn't your time yet. I'm learning that denial is not no. It's not no. It just means delayed, basically. So I come from a hard place. I feel like I come from outside. I come from a female who was told, you can't do this, you don't belong outside, you can't sell drugs, you can't do this, you don't belong out there. And life takes you on trips where we can't control where we end up. We just control how we handle it and how we work from there. And I took my lowest points and I knew where I wanted to go, and I started from the bottom, and I just set my goals in mind and kept that in the forefront. And it took me some years and a couple pushes and a couple people to get in my ear and say, this is all you. You are holding yourself back. You are in your own way. You are the one that can make this stuff shake. And with me taking a step, I'm learning that um, all I needed was a step, one step, and everything else is just lining up. And it doesn't have to have a time limit on it. Don't rush yourself.
Right, right. So can we go a little deeper? Do you mind?
No, go
Um,
ahead.
so I'm definitely going to ask for your permission, but I'm going to do it anyway. But I
I
I
know
think
you
it's
are.
the polite thing to do, to ask for permission, right? Because I like to be honest. I come from an honest place. I do not want to mislead people, and I want the people that are watching to know what is happening. Um, so let me back up. So
Okay.
she introduced Malia McLean, introduced herself and told a little bit about herself. I'm going
Mhm.
somewhere with this. I just need you to stay with me. I'm going to reintroduce myself. There was a time when I identified as 916063.
Mhm.
I'm going
Mhm.
somewhere, so stay with me.
Mhm.
I promise you. 1901766.
Mhm.
There was a time that I identified with those numbers. My
It's
name
funny.
didn't
Go ahead.
matter. My presence didn't matter to a
Mhm.
certain extent. What I said didn't matter. But if I did not know those numbers and could not state those numbers when asked, there was a problem. I
Mhm.
come from that place. And right now, I'm going to speak from that place. I
Mhm.
have served 22 years at the Maryland Correctional Institution for Women, in
Mhm.
Patuxent Institution for Women. I can say that now because I'm free. Um, I'm going somewhere with this. Just stay with me. And I did not intend to do this, but it is in my heart to do. Um, I do many things today, and I am so proud of myself. But
Yes.
none of that really matters more than this moment right
Mhm.
now. So
Mhm.
let me tell you why. There was a period within my incarceration where I was teetering if I wanted to grow, if I wanted to begin to do things positive. Because let's face it, I'll be the one to admit that at the beginning, I did what I wanted to do the way that I wanted to do it because my attitude was survival of the fittest. Use your imagination, people.
Mhm.
Do not make me go into details because I am not. Get the book. It Takes One to Know One and People
Get the one.
Pusher, and find out a little bit about it. Um,
Mhm.
but there was a time where I became a leader. I had a leadership, let me say that. I had a leadership position while incarcerated.
Mhm.
And in one of these positions, I facilitated a Scared Straight program where children would come through, and our responsibility was to scare them straight. Until I met a group of men who said, I don't think that is the right way to go. And they began to give me information and cultivate me. And so then we rebranded and recreated a different youth initiative, which was called Women Reasoning About Rap. Use
Mm-hmm.
your imagination, a place, a room where you just can say whatever you want to say with no judgment. I'm talking about decades ago.
Mm-hmm.
And during this season in my incarceration, now you fill in.
So, okay, y'all. So, she was, as she said, she was she was out for Tucson, and this time, as she said, it was decades ago. I was a middle school eighth grader up Limau, and I was one of the ones that they sent for the Scared Straight program because we used to fight all the time. So my school sent me to the Scared Straight program to Patuxent, and little old bed Malia, I got made sure my outfit was fresh, my clothes was nice. I just wanted to look nice to go to the jail, right, y'all? So we get to the jail, and the Scared Straight program is going, and my big bold self wasn't scared of nothing going to that jail. They could not scare me at all going through Patuxent until I went past this. I don't know if it was the showers. I want to say it was the showers. And this one face was covered. She had all her face stuff on. I guess she was literally in the shower. And I came through, and she scared me straight.
Who is the she? Who is the she?
Carlita Asabi Pusher is what we call her, who is actually also my blood cousin. She is also my blood cousin. And she called me, she literally, like, at the time, guys, I did not even know it was her. Like I said, her face was covered in stuff. And when I say she really, out of the whole program, I think that was the only part when she came out the showers and did her little skin straight thing. The only part that scared me, the crazy part, was I did not know it was her. I went home and I told my family and my cousins and my dad and everybody, like, I think I saw Lita today, but I'm not sure. She tried to scare me, is what I kept saying. She scared me today. Like, so I knew when I found out, I did find out later that it really was my cousin and it really was her that scared me, and it was her program that they had put together and all of that. At the time, my school probably didn't even know that it was, her program and we were related. And when I say I never went to another Scared Street program after that, because my cousin scared me so bad out for Tucson, and it was only the eighth grade. And my cousin, she really has been my big sister my whole life. She lived with us. I follow her footsteps until she was incarcerated. And then her and I had talks later on after she came home about that, because
Don't
I
skip
feel
that. Don't skip
I
that.
feel
Don't skip that,
I was
because
going to
that's
just
the
keep
whole point.
right.
Listen,
So
I'm real. Don't skip that. I'm healed. So even if I hear the same words that you told me again, it won't break me, sweetie. I'm
so
healed.
yeah,
So
so
that's the part that why we here. So
it
say
but
that.
it bothered me that she went to jail. I felt like she left me. That was part of the only at that time, it was part of the only sane part about my childhood. It was the only part that I could make sense, because she made it make sense for me in my dad's house. So when she was gone, it was like I was by myself. It was like, she left me. And that was my biggest thing with her. Like, I just wanted her back. I wanted her back home. I just wanted her to finish jail. Like, she just had to be finished. So when it was time, and they're saying, Lita about to come home. It's almost time. Write these letters. We need everybody to push it to get her home. I was the first. I don't know if I was the first one to send that email back so quick, but I just, she got to come home. And then when she came home, I was not one of the first persons to see her. But my cousin has always loved Hello Kitty. She's the biggest
I
Hello Kitty person in the world. So because I was not
love Hello Kitty.
because I was not one of the first people there to greet her. I think I was working actually when she got out. I was not there to greet her. I was not at the halfway house when they dropped her off. I don't think I was there like the first couple weeks, but I was so excited. I was posting. I was excited. We had talked. And when I went to her, I had ordered her a Hello Kitty necklace. To this day, she got the necklace. She don't have it on right now, but she always
I
has this
gotta
necklace.
clean it. I
Yeah,
gotta clean
she
it. I
trust
had
me,
it on
I've
for so
seen it
long.
1,000 times. She still has this necklace, but she like
I do.
it was like the when we first laid eyes on each other. I think I cried so bad because it was
You
like
did.
I cried so bad because it was like that part of me was missing.
Right.
She is my dad's sister's daughter, but my dad raised her in the house with us. So she was my sister. She was my big sister. I didn't I have a big sister, but this was my big sister. This is who even now, I call her, and when I am at my worst and I feel my most broken, she is who I call, and she is who is pushing me. She is not people pushing for nothing because she won't let me slack up or nothing when I try to, even with the book, even with my business, even with just me healing myself. She don't let me miss, and she don't let me fall short because her thing is she did the time for me not to have to. And I tell her all the time, like, she did the jail time, but I did everything else on the outside.
Prison. I did jail and
I'm
prison.
sorry, she did prison time, but I did everything else on the outside that could have sent me to jail. You see what I'm saying? Like I sold the drugs. I was outside. I did the things that she did. I followed in her footsteps, but not to the full extent of the law. Type of thing. I did my thing, and I tell her all the time. I really think it was her that kept me from really, really outside and really doing what I did, to take anything further or do more because I didn't want to end up where she was. And I knew she had did her whole 20s and her most of the 30s. She had been there, and I just wanted her to live life, and I wanted her to come home and basically just do what she's been doing for me. She's been picking me up, and she's been pushing me, and she's been showing me that to bet on myself, to bet on me. And that's kind of hard for me to do. So, and I've been doing it. I'm here right now betting on myself because I am
Yes,
even
honey.
talking nervous and scared.
And so I'm gonna break it up a little bit. I do have another question, but before I ask you my next question, I just want to clarify three things. One, there is no halfway house in the state of Maryland or the city of Baltimore for women. So I was not released to a halfway house. I was, in fact, released to a program.
Yeah.
Two programs I'm going to add, but the program that I will take a minute is Pivot Workforce Development. That
Mm-hmm.
is the program, or not program, that is the experience that I had once released in my reentry process that has propelled me to the level in which where I am right now in this moment. The second thing is I have nothing to do with where you are right now. I will not take the credit for that because I do not have the power or the authority to change you. However, I do appreciate the fact that you were and still are honest enough to say you hurt me. I appreciate the fact that I had to humble myself and say, will you forgive me?
Mm-hmm.
We talking about real people. We talking about hearts. We talking about the mind. We talking about pain. We talking about suffering. And so the in between thing that I want to clarify, I don't do this because we are related. I
Mm-hmm.
do this because you are at a place where you are ready for someone like me to interfere in your space. That's it. That's all. Because I have recognized that today who I choose is my family.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not personal
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want anyone to get it twisted. I don't care who you are or
Do
how
that.
you are connected to me. If
Mm-hmm.
God does not say move, I will not move.
Mhm.
I love you. But if he does not tell me to move, I am not moving. And so I just wanted to get that disclaimer out there before we get it twisted and before we start going in our heads and wondering and thinking, well, that's her cousin. So this and that. I'm telling you, it has nothing to do with it. She didn't
Nothing at
surrender
all.
to me.
Mm-mm.
I ain't got nothing to give her. All I'm doing is being who I am. That's it and that's all. So now that we got that out of the way, thank y'all for being here. So here is another question that I have for you. What is the one most difficult challenge as a woman that you feel like you are faced with today? This is a two question, but I'm gonna stop here. Once you answer that, I'll move on to the next.
My for me, I'm gonna say finding myself again. Um, finding myself again, and basically loving on me. I feel like that's the most challenging because you still have to be a mom. You still have to be a friend. You still have to work. You still have to teach. You still have to be human and a person. And you still have to find the time to love on yourself with all of that as well. So for me, that is just what the hard part is for me being a woman. Just being confident in myself enough to know that I'm all I need. And the thing about it is, I say it all the time. When I say, I'm Coco. It's nobody like me, and I know that for a fact. And the thing about that is, I say that so often, and I've said it for so long that I've tried to convince myself of that, just to make
Wow.
myself feel better. But where I sit today, I don't have to convince myself of anything. I am
Come on
Malia.
now.
I am
Come on
Coco.
now.
I am who I say I am in
Come
every
on
way,
now.
in
You
every
talking good.
detail. I say I am exactly who I say I am. It took me a long time to realize that, and then I still have my days where I fight with that also. But that's my fight. That's my everyday struggle that I'm still working through. But what I do know is God made me different. I know that for a fact. I see that in my walk. I see that
Yeah.
daily. That I don't care who I come across. It's nobody like me. It's nobody's heart that's like mine. It's nobody as supportive as me. It's nobody that's gonna go hard for anybody that I love like me. Um, it's nobody who's going to stand up and for me, my friends, my family. It's nobody even in the medical field who is going to do what I'm trying to do. I do everything with anything that I touch, anything that I put my hands in or on. I do it with compassion. I do it with love. It comes from a very, very good place. Nothing that I touch is ever done with intentions and motives, or I remove myself from it. I don't even put myself in it. So with that, I am who I say I am. I once I learned that, everything else is going to work itself out for me because, and that's what I'm learning. It all starts with me. The healing starts with me. The love starts with me. I have to be confident enough in myself to say, when I go for this, it's going to happen. I'm gonna
Come
my
on
story
now.
is it's really gonna happen. But then that goes back to my confidence. I gotta know and I gotta put myself out there to know that yeah, this is gonna happen. And that's just where I am. That's my biggest struggle for myself as a woman, and that's the biggest thing I work on right now. And I have triggers. I still fight with triggers with that, but I try to fight through them as well. We're as women, we're going to have things about ourselves. You just got to know who you are, and you got to sit in it, and you got to be comfortable with that. And that's
Right.
exactly where I am right now. And I'm just learning
So
myself.
right. So let me stop you for a minute. I don't know who's listening, but if you have something in your toolbox, you heard all the things that she shared with us. She opened her heart and poured it out. She shared that came from that vulnerable place. And so I'm going to take a minute and ask those of you, whoever, I'm just foolish enough that to think that even though I don't see them, that there's people watching and listening all over the world. Listening to Malia, is there anything in your toolbox that you can give to her? Because it's one thing to listen to someone, but it's
Mm-hmm.
another thing to help, to
Mm-hmm.
push someone, to give a piece of yourself,
Yeah.
to be unselfish, to give of yourself to
E-
someone else who is at a place where they're saying, this is where I am. And this is what I struggle with. And
mm-hmm.
see, we're so used to hearing about the mess and all the drama. But when someone is saying, I'm struggling, when someone is saying, I need you, when someone is saying, I don't have all the answers, when they are saying it out loud, we are charged, those that are listening, to show up. And so I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to challenge you, the listener, if you have anything in your toolbox, tap in, say it, and whoever is reading, they will get it to me and let me know what's in your toolbox so that we can share it with Malia. And while we wait for that, let me tell you this: you are amazing, you are brilliant, you are courageous, you are destined. I want you to know that no matter what, no matter where, you are destined to win. I want you to know that in order to get to a place where you validate yourself, where when you get to a place when you can wake up in the mirror and look at yourself with the crud in the eyes and all over your face and the cold in your eyes and still say, girl, you fine.
Mm-hmm.
When you can look at that and still say, girl, you got it going on, you have reached a maximized place within your growth and development to do all things but fail. Why? Because you connected to the source.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to challenge you to begin to tap in, have conversations with yourself. Remember when back then when we was with our homegirls and our homeboys, and they like, who you talking to? Myself, and they start laughing, saying you crazy. Now today,
Mm-hmm.
when you say who you talking to, you say I'm talking to myself, people be like, all right, let me know when you finish.
Yes.
Have a conversation with yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
got to get to a place where when those insecurities pop up, then you can experience it, feel it, go through it, don't ignore it. But you got something in your arsenal where you can talk to that thing. See, I know a thing about insecurities
Mm-hmm.
because it takes one to know one. I am because you are.
Mm-hmm.
I come from a place of insecurity. My story is your story. It
Mm-hmm.
may not be alike, but we parallel, sweetie.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we did. Yes, we
And
did.
I want you to know that in you is greater than everything outside of you. So when you feel those pains of insecurities, I want you to talk to it. I can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens you, because that's your faith. That's what you believe.
Mm-hmm.
I can do all things. See, you got to talk to yourself, because when you talking to yourself, you're talking to your spirit. And see, when you talking to your spirit, then you connected with the source. And see, when God hears you, he has nothing else to do but respond and show up. Here's the proof. You're here.
Mm-hmm.
You're here. Can you see the comments? Because
Yeah.
I want you to read them.
It says
Tap them.
continue to give yourself grace and know that God made you with beauty, intent, and purpose in mind. That's from Aunt Peyton. Stay the course. Don't give up. Start every morning by honoring yourself and God. Spend some quiet time with you and affirm yourself. Meditation on a word or an empowering affirmation. Keep being you. Keep growing and glowing. Sometimes the journey isn't about you, but the people you will bless because you went through your journey. You have definitely blessed me tonight, Coco. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Share with us, how does that feel? That you don't even know who these people are, because I don't even know. Well, you read the thing, so I do know them. That's my village right there, my whole village
Yeah.
right there, tapping in. Tell me, how does that feel that someone out there, you don't know who they are, you don't know their location. Tell me, how does that feel to read and see the encouragement from someone else other than those that are around you?
It feel good. It means that that's just a reminder to let me know that I'm not alone, and my journey isn't finished, because it does. I know that it's people out there that my story will reach, and it will give them purpose, and it will give them exactly what they need. That's the
Yes.
reason. That's the reason for me going through it, for someone
Yeah.
else to help. Everything I've encountered from my child even to where I sit today, it's not for me, as someone said in the comments. It's definitely for me to help someone else. And I know, because when I do tell my story to people, when I do open up about things, I always get feedback like, "Oh, I needed that," and it's always the right people. And I've learned with me drawing blood, and my lab is like a confessional. That's where everybody gets in there and they cry, they tell what's going on with them. And I'm learning that people, a lot of women, we all face the same things. We all go through a lot of the same struggles. And me telling you my struggle could be, and you not even telling me what you're going through, could actually help you with what you're going through, and I don't even know it. God put you in my space for a reason. I'm a firm believer that anybody that has ever been in my space, in my life, it's for a reason, a season, or for something. It's not just to be around me to lack. Me myself, I hear a whole lot that I'm a walking gold mine, and I know
Wow.
that. So a lot of people are brought to me, and I'm around a lot of people because of my experiences, because of what I've been through, because I am a healer. I know that about myself. People were put in my life that have um, things that they need to work on that I've already been through, or I'm in the midst of it. So it just feels good to be able to tell my story and someone relate or can give me feedback and say, keep going, you on the right track, don't stop. That's your push to keep going, and that's exactly what I need because I
Wow.
was slow up.
Wow, wow. So everyone who dropped a comment, words of encouragement, you shared something out of your own personal toolbox. On behalf of the pusher to Malia, I just want to say thank you. I hope that you are encouraged yourself to know that in this moment, in real time, that Malia, it worked for her. That's what she needs in that moment, and that is what she desired. And so I have another question as it relates to your book. And we have 15 minutes left. I just have one question about the book, that two questions about the book that you wrote. The
Hmm.
first question, what is the title of your book?
My title is Just the Tip, I promise. It's a phlebotomist diary. That's the whole
Just
title.
the tip, I promise. Wow.
Yeah.
So I have three questions. So what inspired that topic? Because I
So
would
just
think something else. I wouldn't think how to
exactly.
draw blood.
So with my title, it was a couple of things that came with that. Anybody that knows me personally knows the way my mind thinks. The way you thought is the way everybody thought when they heard Just the Tip, I promise. And that was the goal, because it's so catching.
Wow.
It's eye catching. And when
Yes.
you hear it, it's like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? So that was the goal of it for me, because anybody that knows me knows I'm really into like erotica stories and things like that. So that just went perfect for me. And not only that, if you're a phlebotomist, you in the medical field and deal with needles, you know that as a phlebotomist, we use literally the tip of the needle. It's literally a small hole on the bezel of the needle, just for drawing blood. It's literally on the tip of the needle, and it's at a little
Wow.
angle. So it was no other title fitting for me than Just the Tip, I promise, because the only part of my needle that is even going in your skin is literally the tip of the needle. So
Wow.
my title just, it was perfect because that.
Okay.
So that's
That's
exactly.
pretty cool. Well, you fooled me. Well, you
I fool
fooled
so
me and
many
you didn't.
people.
You fooled me, but you didn't fool me.
Yeah.
Um, ain't no in between. You fooled me. Okay, okay, okay. It definitely works. It definitely
Mhm.
works. So my third question, because we only got a couple minutes left, I want to know what motivated you. I know that everyone has a story,
Mhm.
and I'm quite sure there is a lot of people that that don't have intentions on, just writing a story for the world to read, but they just writing their life, their experience, they're journaling.
Mhm.
That's what they're doing. They
Mhm.
are journaling. And
Yes.
so there's those of us like myself who have decided to share that which I have journaled, that
Mhm.
was private, that was in my closet, that was a part of my skeletons that I
Mhm.
didn't want nobody to know about. What I want to know from you is, what was your inspirational, your motivation behind today to now to go? Where did you get the nerve, to the audacity, the tenacity to say, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it and I'm gonna get it done.
I really love everything blood draw. That's first of all. So I am very, very, very in love with drawing blood. I love being a phlebotomist. I really do. So that was first. Not only that, with me, love what I do. I notice in the phlebotomy world, a lot of people even aren't familiar with it, unless they are a phlebotomist or unless they are hands on with it. Even as a patient coming into the lab, you're fearful, you're scared, you don't know what to expect from a draw because some people are rough, some people leave bruises. People are very timid when it comes to blood draw, and I just wanted to find a way to teach future phlebotomists, teach people that are even interested in knowing what we do and what it was. And I
So
just want,
you will come out. So you will come out and teach people
yeah.
that desire to be in that field. You
So
will come out. So let's just say, for an example,
mhm,
I work for Pivot Workforce Development,
mhm,
and if there was a woman who was formerly incarcerated
mhm,
and she was interested in what you do,
mhm.
you would
So
teach.
yeah, so already, so my book is the beginning of me and my 5-year umbrella. So my goal, my future goal is, like I said from the beginning, I am a business owner. This year I got my LLC and my EIN for Go Pretty Fluids. That's a mobile IV hydration and blood draw. So I have that. I already, under my umbrella, I offer refresher courses for phlebotomists who haven't stuck in a while or are, just need a refresher course. I do not certify yet,
Okay,
but
I'm gonna get that information from you. I'm gonna ask that you email me personally
hmm
and give me all that information so that
hmm
I can connect you to
hmm
people who may be organizations that may be interested. But there are people asking, where can they purchase your book from?
So as of right now, my book is under the publisher's website, Global Butterfly Effect. We do have a link. I have a link that we drop. I drop my link on my page. It's in my handles on my Twitter, on my Instagram, on my Facebook. It's in all my handles. Global Butterfly Effect is the publishing company where my book is right now. She just emailed me the other day and said that it will, Amazon has it under review. It will be on review. It's actually still under pre-sale right now. The actual pre-sale was Saturday that just passed, the 19th. My book actual release date is October the 31st, and that is when we're supposed to expect it on Amazon, I think. Don't quote me, but I think so. But my book is out. It's ready to go. Right now, the book on pre-sale is only $10, so it's not gonna break any pockets or anything. It's definitely a good read if you are in medical field, if you're ever interested in drawing blood, or even if you're a patient and just basically want to know the procedures, the tubes, because that's one of the main questions they ask. What are all the tubes? What are the colors for?
Don't give it away. Don't give it away. We want the people
It's
to get
it's
it.
really a
You're
good
talking
book.
too much. I'm gonna teach. I'm a girl. I'm gonna get you gathered. I'm gonna get you gathered. Don't give them everything to send it. You want the people to come to you because you are the one with the gift. And so, yes, go to Global Butterfly Effects community com. You can
Hmm.
find Just the Tip, I Promise by Malia McLean.
Yes.
And so, as we wrap up, I just want to thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank you for taking this ride with me as I launch the People Pusher. And so, for those of you who are listening or who will listen after the fact, we will be going every Wednesday at 6:30. The People
Hmm.
Pusher. We will have different topics, different people, and then sometimes you will have to put up with me. But nonetheless, we're going to get it moving and shaking. We are in a business of pushing forward. It takes one to know one, and anybody that is in front of me or before you, it's because I am, because they are. Understand that I am not just going to present just anything to you. We are a body of people who want to heal, and then we are in the business of sharing that which is in us to give to you. Everything that was in me, every seed that was planted, I assure you, I give it away freely. But you don't pay for the gift, but you pay for the time. So again, I want you to go over to pushyourlife.org. Go to the author's page. It takes one to know one workbook and journal in People Pusher. You can get those publications. And then you can also go over to Global Butterfly Effects Community.com and you will find, go.
Just a tip, I promise. You will find People Pusher over there as well.
Now this is for you. I'm trying to
No,
promote you.
we're gonna promote each other. But we are
I
both
appreciate that. That's
we
what
are
we do.
both
We're going to promote
we are
each
both
other.
over there on Global Butterfly Effect. Her 2 books, my one, and I am not done. I am in the beginning stages of writing my second book, guys. So
Congratulations. And I want the listeners to know that we're not writing just to be writing. We're writing with
no.
purpose. There is a butterfly effect happening. And if you know anything about butterflies, then I don't need to go into detail about it. But there is a cause and effect, a butterfly effect that is happening. And so for every person out there, understand that we are in a journey of healing 1 million people, one woman at a time. But I'm going to start with myself first. And right now, I'm going to extend the pledge to Malia McLean.
Yes.
If you have not already taken a pledge, I'm going to tell you to grab your phone and go to pushyourlife.org. Tap the link, Healing 1 Million Women, One Woman at a Time, and take that pledge. What you are doing from this day forth is committing to being a participant in your own growth and development. That's all it is saying. I don't have, my mouth in a prayer book. I don't have a remedy for you. All I have is what is in me. That's all you get. It ain't a Big Bang Theory. It ain't deep. You just get me, little old me. And let me warn you, my hair might be green next week. My hair might be yellow the following week. All I'm going to say is keep up with me. Why? Because I am pushing forward, and because I have the freedom to choose that which I desire without blame, shame, and guilt. I don't move according to what the world is saying. And so that's why Malia is able to speak freely through her healing process. That's why she was able to say there was a time, Carlita, because she don't know me as a Sabi, she is learning that attribute. She is getting to know that. But all she knows me as is leader. How I left her, and for her to be courageous, and for her to be brave to say, you hurt me, for her to be at a place in her own healing where she could communicate that I got stuck, I was lost, you was not the example that I thought you would be. And guess what? Little old me was crushed, but yet I dealt with that thing. I took with that thing, because guess what? It's about accountability. It's about responsibility and not pointing the blame. And so I pray and I hope that this was a journey for you. We have many more to come. We will see you. Well, I will see you next week on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. I will be right here in your living room, in your kitchen, in your car, wherever you are, at work, in the backyard, front yard. We will become a village, because that is what this is about. And I am looking for you, the listener, to tap in, to participate, to ask questions, to comment. But let me let you know that the best is yet to come. It is your girl Pusher. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. Say it out loud. Forward ever, back was never. No, really, say it out loud. For whatever,
Forward
back was
never,
never.
backwards never.
All
So
right, and
let me
I'm
before,
gonna give you Malia. I'm gonna get out the way. I'm gonna give you the last couple minutes because I want this to be about you. But I pray that you have received more than what you expected. So I'm gonna get off the camera so that you can have this moment. Say whatever it is that is in your heart as we close out.
before you get off the camera, I want to thank you for opening up your platform. This was literally, for who all do not know, this was Carlita's very first episode of her radio show that she has, and she invited me to do the very first episode with her. I just want you to know I'm so proud of you. I hope you welcome me
Oh.
back because you got a long road ahead of
I'm
this
gonna have to
thing.
get you gathered. I'm gonna have to get you gathered before you come
we
back,
gotta
baby.
work. We gotta.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna have to
I
physically get you gathered before you come back, baby.
yeah.
You
So
gotta look yeah, I'm gonna get you gathered. I'm gonna get you
so
right.
we gotta. I want to thank you for having me. I want to tell you I'm proud of you. I tell you that
Thank you.
often. You know
Thank
that
you. You
though.
do.
I
Thank
don't.
you.
I don't. I don't slip on telling you how proud I am of you because yes, you did the time, but that time don't equal up to how long you've been home and how much you've done since you literally hit the streets. Since the day
Wow.
you such the was free, your feet haven't got still yet. You were out of town. You were working. You were doing stuff for people that are still in jail. You were fighting for me and the ones that ain't never been that you want to see better for. So I just want to thank you myself for opening up your platform to me and always pushing me and seeing what I don't see in myself to make me see that. I
Wow.
thank you for being for,
Okay,
for
I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna
but you
stop
don't
you
want me to
because
talk about you.
all right, I want you to make this about you, but I want to clarify something. This is Trivia Inspirational Radio Show where I have had been given the opportunity to share and partake at the table.
Hmm.
I am humbled enough to recognize that what isn't mine's, and so I am just a newly member that God seen fit to show up in this era. Trust me, I am doing this afraid because I've been on Trivia Inspirational Radio before and
Hmm.
under Pivot. I hosted for 6 months, but I've never done it for me. I have
Hmm.
to give of me, and every week. Oh, OMG, that is one a commitment, not
Hmm.
only to myself, but the people. But it pushes me. And
Hmm.
so, again, I want you to talk to the people. There are people listening to you. There are people that are encouraging you. And so again, I want you to leave your lasting impression. I want you to leave your mark. I want people to remember who you are when they wake up in the morning. So which is why I am going to shut up and get off the camera so that
So
you and your
I,
excellence can close us out. Again, it's your girl Pusher. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. Say it out loud. For whatever, backwards never. Again, if you
never.
have not gotten your, go ahead and say it. For whatever, backwards never.
For whatever, backwards nev
If you have not gotten your publications, it takes one to know one workbook and journal and People Pusher. Tap
Please
in, go
get
to
them.
pusherlife.org, find the
Hmm.
office page and get your book. And I am out.
And I am Malia. I am the phlebotomist, the author, the CEO, the blood lady. I call myself the sick nurse. I am sick nurse Coco. I am thankful to have been here. I am thankful you guys will. This is not the last you have seen of me. I am literally just getting started. Look out, go get that just a tip. I promise. I promise you will not be disappointed. Look out for Go Pretty fluids. You know, you need an IV hydration, a blood draw. If you're interested in a refresher course, if you want to take it, look out for me and my team. We are coming with the phlebotomy schools. I'm bringing the blood draws to you. I am literally bringing you me and all the healing that comes with it. I am literally the sick nurse. I am coming to heal in every way possible that comes with me. I am coming to um, just bring all the goodness and all the smiles and just be myself. And I'm bringing you the blood work. I am the blood lady. I
Wow.
am that's just me.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I can't help it. In my 1 minute that I have left, I was in the chat because I'm trying to be obedient, and now I'm being pushed. I just want to say this because I don't know if anyone else seen what I put in the chat, but as I was listening to her, I heard of the woman with the issue of blood, and then I'm like, wow, I was the woman with the
You
issue of
was.
blood. So how ironic is this?
You
That the
was.
people pusher first person, the first guest is the person that was bold enough to say you hurt me. The
Mhm.
person who was courageous enough to say that you caused me pain. And her thing is helping
I'm
people
the
with blood
I'm
issues.
the
Come
blood
on
lady.
now, ain't nothing but God. I'm gone.
I am the blood lady.
My name is Ismail Jabber, and I was born in Kuwait from a Palestinian father and an Egyptian mother. I was in a prison called